I'm Moeva Fuller from the Social Security Board. Many of you have questions or concerns regarding the contribution and benefit increase for 2022. To address those concerns and to provide you with additional information, our Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Deborah Ruiz, and I will engage in an open discussion to share vital information with you on this topic. Mrs. Ruiz, welcome. Well, we are here to discuss the 2022 contribution and benefit increase. I want us to start by putting things into perspective for our viewers. What exactly is the contribution reform? Where are we now, and what's going to happen next?
Okay, thanks for that question, Moeva. In terms of the contribution reform, you may recall that we had done public consultations and we had almost 18 months of consultations with our Belizean populace to gather their feedback on where they are with benefits. One of the driving concerns was that benefits were not in tune with the reality of where we are now. So we had further discussions and negotiations with our stakeholders, and they recognized this need for adjustment. In addition to that, we were at a position where our net deficit income would have been $1.6 million, meaning that for the first time in our history, contributions would not have been enough to pay our benefits, and we would have had to start to liquidate investments. And that is not a thing, because our investment income is what sustains our payment of pensions. Thus, with the conditional support, however, of the stakeholders, we were able to move to 2% contribution increase. What that means is that the stakeholders say we agree, we support that there's a need for an increase. So we had from July 2019 to December a 0.5% increase, and that also translated to greater value for the insured person, because we're moving to our insurable earnings from 320 to 440. Then the next phase would have been an additional 0.5% in 2020 with a corresponding increase of insurable wage ceiling to $480 per week. The final phase would have been January 2021 and a 520 wage ceiling maximum. We had a pause for 2021, so the rates in effect are still the 2020 rates, 9% rate of contribution and a maximum wage ceiling of $480 per week.
There's a key takeaway here, Ms. Debbie. There's something that is essential for our viewers to understand. This increase is going to represent greater value and benefits for insured persons. What does that translate to in simpler terms? Can you provide me with an example? You know, how will our insured person see greater return on this investment?
Well, for example, way back in 2003, when the insurable earning was still 320, you would have gotten 80% of 320, $256 a week. Come before the reform in 2019, and June 2019, you would have still gotten 80% of 320, which is 256. So for 16 years almost, you receive the same benefit, even though your salary is continuing, because we have to bear in mind that the benefit is based on a wage band and not a percentage of your salary at this time. So greater value means that you're getting a greater replacement income. So right now, with this 1% that is pending, persons who are earning more than $480 are waiting patiently because they want to get the greater value, which will be $520. Future reforms more than likely will go a higher wage ceiling or a percentage of salary, which will bring greater returns, but that conversation has not happened yet. So for now, what is happening is that persons who are between that wage band or above the 480 are not seeing the benefit of being closer to their replacement income. So it brings value for where you are in your wage band, that it means that you're getting a greater percent of what you actually earn. So that brings value, and it's not only for your current short-term benefits, but for your long-term benefits. Because remember too, that the pension is 60% of your wage ceiling.
Yeah, that is certainly greater value, you know, there's no doubt about that. And it actually was going to propel me to my other question. I wanted to ask you how this is going to impact future pensioners, you know. How will this impact them? Will they expect greater return as well? Will they see higher weekly pension rates? What does this mean for the pensioners themselves?
Yes, normally pension is calculated based on an average. So most persons would work their lifetime, 35 years, but we use the best 15 years of contribution, right? So going back in that last 15 years, your best 15 years, and we look at the highest wage band that you have paid, 3 years, the average of 3 years. And that would give you what we call an average insurable earning. And that is what is used to calculate the rate of pension that you would be paying or you will be receiving. So for somebody who has contributed at the higher wage band at 520 for at least 3 years, would be getting a pension, not 192 as it was back in 2003 or even 2019, but getting 60% of 520, $312 a week. And we pay every 4 weeks for 13 pay periods per year. So from a pension of earning $10,000 prior to the reform, you'll be getting a pension now of what? You work the calculation and see the benefit. And what that means.
The math is definitely there.
Right? So that is what we're saying, is that you get greater value. And there is the argument that people say, well, you're paying more. Yes, you're paying more, but you will be getting a whole lot more. When you get your pension, within 3 years at most, you have recovered everything that you have paid into the fund and more. Because recall that you're getting your sickness benefit, you're getting your employment injury benefits, you're getting your pension 15, 20 years, you look very healthy, however. So look at those numbers. You pay an investment of Social Security contributions in the range between $30,000 to $40,000 at most. So it is a worthwhile investment in contributions.
Look at where we were before. We were at $192 weekly compared to where we are now with this contribution reform. Mm-hmm. This is undoubtedly a significant increase for our pensioners. Yes. And it is an investment that they can expect nothing but substantial returns on.
Correct.
Without a doubt. This is actually extremely beneficial information today, and it's fantastic that we've taken the time to share this with our viewers because they need to know the facts, and these are the facts. But I have to ask you the burning question that's on everybody's mind.
Yes.
When will these changes come into effect?
The minister responsible for Social Security, which is also our Prime Minister, has indicated that April 4th, which is a Monday, 2022, as the effective date.
All right. This was definitely short, sweet, and effective.
Yes.
And I hope that our viewers who took the time out to tune in could see the benefit in actually engaging in this dialogue with us, viewing it. And I want you all to rest assured to know that Social Security will be providing much, much more information of the contribution reform. So I encourage you to stay connected to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our website for all updates related to this reform. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a fantastic day.